what do you think drives people to choose a certain programming language, and what should drive them? So basically, if you have a startup, now you have this experience talking to all these people. Did they make a mistake when they chose a programming language, or what drove them to choose that programming language? And what should they take into account when they do choose a programming language? That's a lot of
Yeah.
questions, but I think you know what I mean, right?
Oh, totally, totally.
Okay.
I'm totally tracking with you.
Okay.
You know, there's lots of different factors that go into that decision. I've found, being one of the tech founders and also interviewing tech founders, you know, there's the kind of traditional look at it, right? Which is two things, right? Do you know it? Right? Is it what you know, so you can go build something quickly? Or is the other thing that I hear often is like, it's the right language, right? It's got the right tool set. It's got the right frameworks. It's stable. It's supported, things of that nature. So those sort of two things really go into it, when people are choosing a language. But there's a third element that I see sort of surfacing as technology for scalability and containerization and, things like that come more to the surface. Is you can sort of choose the right language to do a piece of what you're trying to do, and deploy it. So, you know, if I want to write something kind of heavy data intensive, I can deploy a container that's written in Python, right?
Mhm.
Or I can, you know, if I want to do something that's, you know, specific to, you know, doing some other sort of technical task, right? That's written, a language that's written for a specific thing. I can build it, put it in a container, and I can deploy it wherever I want. So the language becomes less important, or I won't even say less important, but it's more important about what it's actually functioning for. So I think those three things, like how does it fit into, you know, the piece of the platform, and then also traditionally, like, you know, do I know it? Do enough people know it? Will it be easy to hire for? You know,
Yeah.
and then does it meet the need?
Yeah, that's my favorite. What you said at the end there. Are there people around that know it?
Right.
Are you going to be able to hire programmers that know it in your area, or are they easily accessible? Is it some, margins programming language that there's not
Hmm.
going to be programmers around, and you only realize that after, right?
Right.
Advice is so huge. Like, yeah, of course, if you are a startup founder or co-founder that happens to be a programmer, it's a no-brainer, right? You go with what you know. But
Sure.
if you're not, if you're just, someone who has a great idea and you don't know how programming works, you have to get the right advice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's totally right on.